Hello everyone and welcome. It seems so long since I've been able to see you that I couldn't let Christmas come and go without sending you a video. So I found a lovely book on my shelf and I thought I might share it with you. So before we begin, we'll do our greeting to one another, shall we? Peace be with you. Hopefully you've done that back. Yes? Do we need to have another go? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Peace be with you. Perfect. Excellent. Well, I found this book on my shelf called God Sent a Baby King. Now, you probably know the Christmas story, but there's nothing like a nice, good book, is there? So shall we settle down and have a look at this book together? It's my first time reading this book too, so we'll have a look together. So it says, Mary lived in the village of Nazareth. She was good and kind. Is there anybody there named Mary? We don't hear those names today, do we, Mary? Anyway, Mary was good and kind. This is her house, it says. Is Mary at home? Well, if this is her house, maybe we need to open the door. Ah, there's Mary. Which one do you think she is? She's the one in blue, isn't she? She's definitely at home anyway. One day, Mary was visited by an angel. You will be the mother of a baby king, said the angel. He is God's own son, sent down from heaven, and you shall call him Jesus. Gosh, that was quite some news that the angel brought poor Mary, wasn't it? Yeah. Some time later, Mary and her husband, Joseph, set out on the long journey to Bethlehem. Mary was tired. I'm not surprised she was tired. How far is it to Bethlehem? She said. So can you see them in the picture? Can you see? She's riding on the donkey, isn't she? Because she's tired because she's going to have a baby very soon. So this is Mary. And there's Joseph, and he's leading the way, and she's getting a bit worried. How much further does she have to go? And then they can see where they're heading to in the distance. There's Bethlehem in the distance. So they're nearly there, aren't they? Absolutely. Nearly there. So what does the next bit say? We must find a place to stay, said Joseph. He asked at the inn, but there was no room. Joseph tried everywhere in Bethlehem, but there just was no room. At last, he found a stable. Do you know what a stable is? Do you? It's where they keep the animals, yes. Not like a hotel room, is it? But they found a stable. That was all he could find, and they went inside. There is room here, said Joseph, and there's straw to lie on. I wonder who else is in this stable. So can you see? They've arrived and they've found a stable, and who else is in there? Oh, I can see all sorts of animals. There's a cow. Definitely some chickens, I think. Can you see those chickens there? They look like chickens to me. This is a goat. What's this here? That looks like a donkey to me. Yeah. So there are lots of other animals inside this stable, aren't there? But at least they'll keep it warm. That night, baby Jesus was born. He had no pillow for his tiny head, only a handful of straw. Gosh, how would you feel if you couldn't lie your head on a pillow at night time to sleep? Do you think straw would be very comfortable? Not sure. Maybe it would be a little bit. Can we see him lying in the manger? Wow, let's have a look. So there's the manger. Yeah. So can we see him? Is he lying in there? There he is. Oh, look, he's got black hair, this baby Jesus, in this story, hasn't he? He's lying there in the manger. No one would think he was going to be a king, would you? That tiny baby. Going to be a king, really? Gosh. So what happens next in the story? I bet some of you already know. I bet you know what's coming, yes? On the hills near Bethlehem, shepherds were looking after their sheep. They were warming themselves by a fire when suddenly a bright light shone in the sky. "Don't be afraid," said the angel. I think I would be afraid, wouldn't you, if there was a bright light and then an angel appeared. But the angel said, "Don't be afraid. Go to Bethlehem and you will find a newborn baby king lying in a manger." Then the sky was full of angels singing God's praises. So not just one, lots of them. I think I would be afraid. And in fact, in the picture, we can see that those shepherds are definitely looking a little bit afraid, aren't they? I think they are. They're definitely looking a bit afraid. And what's up here then? Oh, there's those angels. My goodness. There they are. Can't imagine what that was like for those shepherds in the fields. Can you? Probably hadn't ever happened to them before. The shepherds ran as fast as they could to Bethlehem. They found Jesus just as the angel had said, lying in a manger. He had no crown, but the shepherds knew who he was. They knelt down and they worshipped the baby king. So there you can see they rushed, didn't they? Down off the hills, they rushed. They found that stable that we've already looked inside. Oh, gosh. And there we go. There is Mary and Joseph and the baby and the donkey and the chicken I can see. And the shepherds are there, aren't they? They've come to see the new baby king. Wow, I bet that was a night that they remembered forever. We would remember that, wouldn't we? So what's coming next? I bet you know what's coming next. Far, far away, wise men watching the night sky saw a bright new star. A bright new star? My goodness, where's this star? There it is. Have you ever looked up in the sky and seen one that bright? Gosh, a bright new star. These wise men, they could read the skies and find out what the star meant. A king has been born, they said, but where is he? Let's follow the star and bring him gifts. So they set off on their long journey. So they made a decision to go on a long journey and follow this star. The wise men travelled night and day for many miles following the star. At last they came to the city of Jerusalem, where King Herod lived in a great palace. Is there a baby king here? Well, that's where you would think you'd find a king, isn't it? In a great big palace. Can you see this huge palace? No wonder the wise men went there, because is that not where you think you'd find a king? In a palace? Wow, let's have a look. What did they find behind this door? Oh, that's not the baby king that they're looking for, is it? No, that's not. The wise men asked Herod if a new king had been born, but there was no new king in the palace. Only Herod, and he is not the new baby king. So what happens next? The wise men set out again, following the star to the little town of Bethlehem. There they went and found the baby with his mother, Mary. The wise men knew that they had found the baby king. They gave Jesus their gifts and knelt down and worshipped him. What gifts did they bring? Do you know? Do you know what these gifts are? I bet you do. Shall we have a look behind and see if we can see? They brought gold, frankincense and myrrh. Gold, frankincense and myrrh. They're strange sounding gifts, aren't they? Absolutely. Gold, frankincense and myrrh. And that's the end of the story. Gosh. It's not really the end of the story, is it? It's the end of the Christmas story when Jesus the baby king was born. But of course, Jesus the baby king grew up. But that story is for another time. So God sent a baby king at Christmas time. So thank you for sharing that book with me. It was a good little book, wasn't it? Nice. It would have been much better if I could have brought it in to show you, but we can't at the moment. Doesn't mean I'm not thinking about you. So I do pray that you all have a lovely, lovely, fun-filled and peace-filled Christmas. That you all stay safe. That you're able to be with your family and all those that you love and those that love you. And hopefully I will be able to see you at some point in the new year. So take care of yourselves. Peace be with you. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.